Hello there guys, it's Docs here again, and I've got something really exciting for you today. Or at least I'm really excited for this. I don't know about you guys, but I wanted to show this off because it's pretty amazing. This is Star Citizen. I backed this nearly a year ago now when it was on Kickstarter. And since then it's been like the most successful crowdfunding campaign ever. It's made something like $17 million nearly. And it's a space sim, an online space sim. It has a single player campaign, but the online part is what I think most people are excited about as well. A big persistent universe, kind of MMO like. It's not completely the definition of an MMO, but to me it has all the elements of an MMO that I love, at least. And it's made by Chris Roberts, the guy who made Wing Commander, Freelancer, Privateer, just so many awesome space sims. And we have the first pre-alpha bit that backers have received just last night, the Hangar module. And all this really is just a hangar with your ship in it, the ship that you pledged for. Which doesn't sound like much, and I think in most games it would be really boring just seeing a model in a hangar. That's all it would be. But Star Citizen is kind of on another level. They really went for the detail and immersion in this game, and everything is modelled. Every system, the whole interior of the ship, everything will be there in the final game, and we get to have a bit of a preview of that now. Now this ship is the Freelancer. This is the one that I pledged for. And it's kind of like an exploration and trading ship. It's not really very fast or anything, and it's probably not going to be very good at dogfighting at all, but it's really efficient and it's good for long range stuff, and it'll have kind of interesting alien sensors on board and things like that. And the main reason why I got it was because it's kind of a larger ship and it kind of has room for multiple crew members, which is one of the reasons why I love this game, is that you're going to have all of the interior models. You can walk about it in space, and you can have other people crewing different parts of the ship. There's a turret on the back, and it's incredible the amount of detail in this. Even each individual thruster that helps maneuver the ship around, they're all there and they're all going to be working, because the game in the final version will have full Newtonian physics, so the flight computer will handle all of the complicated stuff of managing all of the thrusters, but you can turn that stuff off as well and potentially pull off some crazy maneuvers with more advanced flight computers and stuff like that. But it's amazing. But we're going to go inside of the ship here and have a bit of a look around, because it's even more detailed on the inside. It's really amazing. There's a little console there, there's a sink up here, which is great, and a toilet. Yeah, they've really thought of everything. There's storage space up above, there's some more console spaces. Obviously you'll have multiple people inside here, multiple players, and you can hire NPCs to man your ship as well if you want. But the Freelancer is only really needing 2 crew members, I think. But it has 4 beds here, so it can actually have up to 4 people, and it has 4 like proper secure seats as well. So there's little consoles back there on the seats. So there's lots of different places you can go. All the consoles are placeholder textures right now, they've said. So they probably will be working in the final game. That's what they're going for. They're really going for a feeling of immersion, so you're not going to have tons of UI throwing at you all the time. They're going to be trying to place all these things in consoles, like communications and things like that. You won't really generally be viewing your ship in third person. You'll be viewing it like this in first person in the cockpit. So you'll have access to all the different consoles down here and things, I imagine. But yeah, you can only really sit in it right now. There's a co-pilot seat there, which has a control stick as well, so I'm guessing you can transfer controls over to them, which will be kind of cool. So if we just go into the back of the ship here, we have a little storage area. You can see the crane to load things into the bay, and we can go and open this door and enter the larger area for storage, which has quite a lot of room. There's another crane there, some ladders, which I don't know where they go, but there's also a console there as well. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, but it's kind of cool that they're all there. If we go to the back here, you can actually see up there is a turret, which will be mannable I think in the final game, but right now you can't do much with it. The U's actually here opens the rear doors, so you can load things into it. So I'm guessing that while you're on a planet you're going to be able to actually like physically get things in. I don't know how it's going to work exactly, if it's going to be a manual thing or just automatic you load stuff into the bay. But yeah, kind of awesome though that it's there. So this really gives you a good feel of how detailed these ships are going to be. All of them are going to be as detailed as this, from the smaller ships, which will have lots of little things in there. You can walk about a little bit in them. Obviously not as much as this. And I just walked through the floor. Again, pre-alpha, early days yet. But you will be able to walk about in much larger ships as well. There's going to be like massive ships. The Idra's Corvette, I think, is pretty huge, and it's going to have up to 10 crew members on there. Which will have loads of corridors and things. You'll have a mess area, a big bridge area, and a hangar bay with like ships inside, which can like fly out Battlestar Galactica style. But yeah, all of these systems are going to be there for a reason. Like every individual thruster, every system for like life support, for your sensors and all your weapons and things like that. They can be damaged. It's going to have a really advanced damage model on there, so if a weapon pierces your shields and your armor and your hull, it will like track where it goes through your hull, and if it hits certain systems or even the connections between systems, it will actually do damage to them, maybe disabling them or reducing performance. They might overheat more if you destroy one of the coolant pipes or things like that. What we have here is one of the first bits of UI we have, at least, and it kind of gives you a feel of how the UI is going to work. We're going to have a bit of ship customization that's going to be coming very soon, I think. For now, in the business hangar at least, I think the consoles are here and you can just look at it a bit, look at the weapons that are on it. And this isn't like an actual bit of UI that's popped up on my screen, it's actually in the game world. I just press tab to get my mouse up and I can move it about and mess around with it like that. So that's kind of how the whole game is going to work. It's going to be a perfect game for the Oculus Rift. We'll have support for that. I believe they said that they're going to try and get it in before December, which will be the dogfighting module, where we'll first get actual control of these ships and be able to have some dogfights and things like that. So that'll be fun. This really feels like the perfect game for so many people. I've been really wanting a new space sim for a long time, and this has actually got me back into Freelancer again. I've been playing a lot of that lately, but it's just the fact that you can walk about these ships and you're going to be able to have a fully manned ship with tons of players on board, and you'll be able to man sensors and things. That's like a dream, being able to play out your fantasies of like being in Battlestar Galactica or Star Trek or Star Wars. It's really exciting, and I'm looking forward to it a great deal. So this is early days right now. There's not a lot to see, but it's for, I think, the players who are really wanting to get into this game. It's amazing because these are really going to be like player housing essentially, and that's great because I love player housing in games, but so many games just half-arsely like kind of throw player housing into the game and say, oh yeah, it's fine, it's in an instance, you can invite your friends to it if you want, but it's not actually existing in the game world. It's kind of just a place where you can buy stuff to put into it and show off. Where this is going to be actually in the game world, and it's going to be somewhere where you're going to be spending a lot of your time. You can have your friends on board, you can have the other people board your ship in space and things through the docking, and I love it. We'll be getting more customization later on, and eventually it'll work up to the dogfighting module, of course, where we'll actually get control of the ships. Then the planetside module, where we'll be able to walk out of our hangars and explore the planets and things like that. It'll be kind of Mass Effect style, is how best to explain it, I think. You'll have a small area of a planet to explore, a city or something like that, where there'll be lots of bars and clubs and stores and things. And eventually in the persistent universe you'll be able to own actual factories and things on the planets, and different planets will produce different things, so it'll be really interesting. We won't be getting the persistent world kind of thing up until the end of next year, which will be the beta for it, and the single player beta will be around that time as well. And then it's 2015, early 2015, where it's meant to be released. I have a feeling it'll probably be delayed at some point, because it is a fairly ambitious project, to say the least. But yeah, I'll probably be doing more coverage on this. I might just wait until the dogfighting module, or I might do some updates on the smaller things that will be updated in the hangar. There'll be a lot more customization and things like that will be added later on. so I might do some coverage on that depending on how interesting it is. But yeah, the dogfighting module definitely, because it's going to be amazing, I just know it. I'm really looking forward to it as well. So if you're interested in playing this game and you want to kind of get access to all this stuff and pledge and back the game, then you can go to their website. I've put it in the description, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. All of this stuff will be in the final game. You'll be able to buy the game normally and get all these ships and stuff. And yeah, so that is all for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys again very soon.